From Star Wars favorites to a handful of eccentric vampires, we think these actors would make great faces for Marvel's iconic demon. See if you agree. Sure, Mephisto may be a serious villain, but he still needs a sense of humor. After all, he's part of a franchise that includes a sensitive green giant and a Norse god with a dad bod. And if you're looking for someone who's funny and looks great in a cape, Matt Berry's the man. The much-loved British comedian became widely known in recent years as a regular on FX's What We Do in the Shadows, where he plays the effortlessly cool yet deeply ridiculous vampire Laszlo Cravensworth.
Oh no. What have the dark Lord wrought?
Berry's comedy career across the pond has been long and versatile, and definitely includes a few villain types. In addition to his bold line readings and pronunciations, Berry also has the capacity to appear genuinely intimidating on screen. And just imagine the wild sound he'd make if he ever got the chance to appear in a ball of flames. Mephisto has a long history in the Marvel canon, so why not give the role to an actor with a long history as well? Mark Hamill is a beloved screen presence, thanks not only to his years spent playing Luke Skywalker in the Star Wars franchise, but also because of his time working as a prolific voice actor. Hamill has plenty of bad guy experience, including voicing Fire Lord Ozai in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Prepare to die!
Also relevant, he's been putting in work as a voice actor in Marvel and DC animated projects for years, playing a whole stable of villains including the Joker, Hobgoblin, the Trickster, and more.
Jeepers, how'd you know about that?
Oh, I have my sources. Sorry, I got something caught in my throat there.
Plus, the audience reaction to Luke as Mephisto would be epic, to say the least. Does this list so far also double as a list of actors who have been featured on What We Do in the Shadows? Maybe, but it's not the MCU's fault that the vampire film and its spin-off TV series is so full of lovable trickster villains.
This is my torture chamber.
Of course, Jemaine Clement has portrayed non-vampire antagonists too, from the cocky plagiarist in Gentlemen Broncos to the possessed version of Oliver Bird in Legion. It's that last performance, which is technically in a Marvel comic story but outside the MCU, that feels like a great Mephisto audition. Bird is a great character, a mutant trapped on the astral plane with style like a James Bond villain and serious rap skills. Perhaps only Clement could pull a character like this one off. Plus, Mephisto with a New Zealand accent just sounds fun. If Marvel wants an actor who can play one of the comic's greatest villains, why not choose one of the best to ever do it?
Is everything to your satisfaction?
Fine, thanks.
Giancarlo Esposito is without a doubt a phenomenal actor, one who brings gravitas to any role he takes on. Best known for his turn as cold-blooded drug lord and restaurateur Gus Fring in the Breaking Bad epic, he's also earned Emmy nominations as the villain Moff Gideon in The Mandalorian. Both characters are confident, powerful, and bone-chilling. If Esposito took on the Mephisto role, he'd be genuinely fear-inducing. After seeing how much dread he can conjure with a simple raise of an eyebrow as Fring, there's no doubt his interpretation of Mephisto would be genuinely unsettling. If the first season of The Lord of the Rings of Power taught us anything, it's that portraying villains as young and good-looking is never a bad idea. If Sauron can be the subject of thirsty fan videos, why can't Mephisto be played by one of the most searingly compelling performers of the year? You may recognize Jacob Anderson as Grey Worm from Game of Thrones, but lately, he's been ruling the small screen as the vampire Louis, a role once played by Brad Pitt in AMC's hypnotic Interview with a Vampire. In the role of Louis, jumping between old times and the present day, Anderson demonstrates his skill at portraying a tragic hero with a dangerous streak, more than a bit like Mephisto. And if the MCU wants to pull a fast one on the audience by making Mephisto sympathetic before revealing his true diabolical nature, well, Anderson could make that switch in his sleep.